Hey everyone, let's be real. Absolutely nobody looks forward to tax season. But what if I told you that you could handle your Georgia state taxes completely on your own, right from your couch, without paying a single cent in software fees? Let's dive right into this explainer and demystify exactly how to e-file your Georgia taxes for absolutely free. Seriously, whether you're a total beginner feeling completely overwhelmed or a seasoned filer who just needs a quick refresher, you are in the perfect place. If you're dreading the paperwork, I promise you, armed with the right knowledge, this whole process is actually super simple and 100% free. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how to get your taxes prepped, filed, and finalized without paying any of those sneaky hidden fees. We'll look at your real options, dodge from common traps, and most importantly, keep your hard-earned money exactly where it belongs, right in your pocket. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover prepping your documents, finding those free options, the step-by-step filing process, avoiding common pitfalls, and finally, tracking your status. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Prep Your Tax Documents. You'll want to build a rock-solid foundation by gathering all your necessary paperwork before you even think about going online. Make sure you've got your W-2s, your 1099s, your Social Security number, and this is a big one, your previous year's Federal Adjusted Gross Income, or AGI. Keep that AGI handy because it literally acts like a digital security key for you later on. Now here is an absolutely crucial rule straight from the Georgia Department of Revenue. You must, I repeat, complete your federal Form 1040 before you even touch your state return. Why? Well, your Georgia Form 500 relies entirely on the numbers from your federal return. If you do them out of order, you're going to trigger some massive processing errors, and nobody wants that headache. Moving right along to Section 2, Finding Free Filing Options. So here's the thing. The state of Georgia doesn't actually host its own native tax prep software. Nope. Instead, they use something called the Free File Alliance. Basically, this is an awesome joint initiative between the state, the IRS, and commercial software vendors to provide totally free filing to qualifying taxpayers. But you have to pay close attention to the fine print here, because these income and military eligibility requirements are super strict. For instance, to file for free with TaxSlayer, your adjusted gross income has to be $45,000 or less, or you need to qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit or be active military with an AGI up to $84,000. On the flip side, 1040.com covers AGIs anywhere between $18,100 and $89,000. You've got to check these criteria carefully. Otherwise, you might hit a frustrating paywall right at the very end of your session. Now, what if you want some actual hands-on assistance rather than just clicking through software? Well, there are some incredible nonprofit VITA programs, that's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, offering help across the state. Organizations like the United Way in Central Georgia, St. Vincent de Paul in Metro Atlanta, and the UGA program across 70 counties run these awesome free tax prep clinics. They typically cap eligibility for low to moderate income folks around that $64,000 to $69,000 AGI mark. Let's get into the nitty-gritty with Section 3, the step-by-step process. Please pay super close attention here because we are about to bust a massive myth. A lot of folks assume they can just log into the Georgia Tax Center, or GTC, and prepare their individual return right there. Let me be clear. You cannot do that. The GTC is strictly a post-filing ledger. Think of it as a tool for making payments or tracking refunds, but it is definitely not a direct e-file tool for your individual tax prep. To pull off a successful zero-cost filing, you've got to follow this exact sequence. Step 1, finalize that federal return. Step 2, verify your income eligibility for the free file programs we just talked about. And Step 3, electronically file your state taxes through your chosen third-party partner. You literally bypass the GFT entirely for the actual preparation part. And the Department of Revenue is basically begging you to use these approved third-party electronic filers. E-filing totally eliminates the need for messy paper returns. It automatically checks your math to prevent errors, and let's be honest, the best part, it gets your refund into your hands so much faster. Let's move on to Section 4, Avoiding Common Pitfalls. Even with the best tools, there are a few sneaky traps that can seriously delay your refund. First up, beware the illusion of online fillable forms on the state website. Guys, these are not true electronic filings. You might fill them out in your browser, but then you literally have to print, sign, and snail mail them in. And that physical mailing drastically slows down your processing time to a painful 6 to 12 weeks, compared to just 2 to 3 weeks for actual e-filing. Now, you might notice those printed forms generate a fancy 2D barcode at the top. And yeah, while that barcode does help the state scan your data a bit faster, it still requires incredibly slow, labor-intensive manual processing by real people. So again, just stick to true e-filing to get your money quickly. Speaking of getting your money fast, here is a pro tip you absolutely need to use. Always select direct deposit. The state is constantly fighting fraud, which means paper checks have to undergo extra security screenings that can massively delay your payout. Direct deposit completely sidesteps those paper-based bottlenecks. Just send it straight to the bank. Finally, Section 5, Finalize and Track Status. We've made it to the finish line, but once you hit that submit button, you've got to manage your expectations just a bit. Give the system a processing time of at least 2 to 3 weeks before you start frantically checking on your refund. While you're waiting, remember the Georgia Tax Center we talked about earlier? Well, this is where the GTC actually becomes your best friend. Head over to gtc.dor.ga.gov and set up your individual account. This is where you'll need your social security number and that previous year's federal AGI we told you to save. Once you're logged in, you can set up email alerts to track exactly where your refund is and monitor your account to protect against identity theft. It's a seriously great tool for managing things after you file. I also want to call out a very specific, super important date for anyone filing a 2025 tax return. Normally, taxes are due on April 15th, right? But for 2025 returns that you're filing in 2026, Georgia actually matched the federal disaster relief extensions for Hurricane Helene. So, affected taxpayers across the entire state literally have until May 1st, 2026 to file without any penalties. That's a huge relief. Before we officially wrap up, just a quick professional reminder for everyone. The material we've discussed in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes, okay? It doesn't constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. You should always consult with a certified tax professional regarding your own unique financial situation. So, what do you think? Are you ready to tackle your taxes online and keep your own money in your pocket? We've given you a clear, structured path to filing your state taxes without the stress and without those pesky fees. Make sure to subscribe for more tax-related content just like this. And I want to leave you with this question. What are you going to do with all the extra time and money you saved by filing your Georgia taxes online for free? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and happy filing!